Lenovo is one of those companies that's really trying to get out of the business aspect and become more of a consumer-facing product. Lenovo historically has been huge with enterprise solutions. Well, now they're pushing out a whole slew of smartphones and even tablets. Today we're going to take a look at the Lenovo Yoga 2. Not to be confused with the Yoga 2 Pro, which was just reviewed by Lon, but this is the lower version of that. We're going to take a look at it and see what Lenovo has to offer for a consumer-based tablet. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. Hoo-yah! Welcome to my dojo. The Lenovo Yoga Tablet 2 has a unique shape, one that is not seen outside the Yoga family line. The Yoga sits at 10.04 by 7.20 by 28 inches. The Yoga is pretty heavy too, coming in at 21.38 ounces. The Yoga 2 is built from a plastic and aluminum design. On the back of the design, it's grooved and it gives it a unique and nice feeling. It's a pretty simple color scheme, one that is elegant and easy on the eyes. The logo also just sort of melts into the back and the camera is sort of tucked into the corner, sort of as an afterthought. On the right side, you'll find a tapered edge that contains the mic hole and also the headphone jack. If you go over to the top bezel, you'll find just a smooth edge, nothing up there at all. And if we follow the design all the way down to the left side, you'll find that volume rocker, USB port, and also the power button will be there. The volume rocker and power button are textured, which makes it easier to find, and it's also a subtle design element as well. Two of the unique features that are found in the Yoga are things that makes this tablet stand out from others, no pun intended. The first is the front-facing Dolby audio stereo speakers. Think boom sound for tablets. The sound is crisp, clear, and the bass is deep, and it also has some decent soundstage. Overall provides an excellent sound for a tablet. We've also seen the adjustable stand. A bit tricky to pull out the first couple times, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. You can adjust the tablet in several different angles for you to use. The hinge feels solid and very sturdy. I don't see any reason not to think this won't stand the test of time. Lenovo has been known to make great hardware, and it doesn't seem like they're pulling any punches with this one. The Yoga 2 display comes in a different resolution than many other Android devices. It comes in 1920 by 1200. Lenovo is using an IPS LCD display with 224 ppi, which is all encased by a 10.1 inch display. The colors are the best I've seen on a tablet in a long time. The saturation levels are perfect and overall makes for a fantastic view. However, when it comes to text, I just can't put my finger on what's wrong, but it just does not look right. It's not crisp, and sometimes you see ghosting under the text. And this could be due to the 224 ppi or a combination of a few other things. The larger bezels on the side allows you to hold your tablet confidently with two hands without worrying about any phantom presses. When taking the tablet out in bright situations like outside, the screen is relatively viewable. To take it even a step further, you can change the color profile to make it matte, which reduces glare even more. But it does change the color reduplication to achieve this goal. The screen also does a great job at minimizing fingerprints. Now you still need to carry a cloth with you to keep the screen clear of prints, but it seems like I'm not spending a good portion of my day cleaning off the screen, as I do with other tablets. The Yoga 2 features an Intel Atom quad-core 1.33 GHz processor with 2 GB of RAM. We also have 16 GB of onboard storage, which is expandable up to 64 GB via microSD card. The SD card slot is located under the kickstand. If you don't know it's there, you'd probably look over it. It's a well thought out location. Onboard graphics is using Intel's HD graphics card. And last but not least, there is a 9600 milliamp non-removable battery. It's an interesting choice to use an unproven processor when it comes to Android, because the Snapdragon chipset has been aging very well, and it maintains as the best performing chip on Android. But let's see how these decisions affect the performance. Well, it does affect the performance in a negative way. In 2014, there is no reason you should build an Android device that can't handle everyday tasks, like scrolling, switching between applications, and simply unlocking the device. The experience is non-consistent. One moment you're web browsing with little issues, and the next you're unable to scroll down or go to the next page. This happens with different web browsers after a soft reboot and even a hard reset. There are times you just unlock your device and yet it's simply still displaying the lock screen, although you could hear it unlock. In my opinion, there's absolutely no reason for that, and this sadly affects the overall experience. For you benchmark nerds out there, in the written companion piece you'll see all the scores. But just to warn you, in some of the tests the scores come in a little bit lower than some last gen phones that are out there. One thing that did shock me was the in-game performance. Playing Dead Trigger 2 with the graphics all the way turned up, it was on par with some of the best performing tablets out there. The frames were pretty high, and also the game was very responsive. Now I think you can thank the Intel graphics GPU for that one. So we have a sluggish UI and general navigation, but yet almost perfect for gaming. It sounds like software optimization issues to me. The Lenovo Yoga 2 has a great standby time. I'm currently on 16 days on a single charge. Yes, a single charge. I've also had over 4 hours of screen on time. My initial test when the device first came in was much more expected. During a benchmark battery test, the device died in about 13 hours of constant use, which still lands it as one of the best batteries I've seen on any tablet, period. An impressive feat for Lenovo. The Yoga 2 tablet is running Android 4.4.2 with their own skin on top of it. Not much has changed since last year's version of it. The style that Lenovo decides to use is a flat design with a splash of color. Most icons are cropped in a rounded square, and within settings you'll find colorful circles. There's no application drawer, so you rely on grids of icons and folders. Lenovo provides you with several applications on board that a user may find useful. But however, some of these are actually trial applications. All in all, the bloat on this device is not as bad as some of the devices we've seen from other OEMs, so I'm pretty grateful for that. Most of Lenovo's applications are uninspired and lacks creativity, and normally the Play Store has an alternative for that application that looks and runs a lot better. I don't feel that the applications take advantage of the full screen. A lot of the applications are just stretched out to fit the full screen. But there is one welcome additional software feature. This allows you to use applications side by side, just like the Galaxy line. It works pretty much the same. You can run up to 4 applications at the same time in its own little grid, and this increases the productivity value of this tablet by a lot. However, Lenovo does not allow you to just add any application to the option. Only a half dozen applications are available to be used. Hopefully with an update it would allow for more applications, but as of this video, this is a major disappointment. The Yoga 2 comes with 2 cameras on board, a 1.6 megapixel front facing and also an 8 megapixel shooter on the back. The location of the front facing camera makes sense. It's in the middle of the bezel, so when you're holding your device portrait, it's right there aiming at your face. The camera on the back is in an obscured location, which is at the bottom left of the device, which is also covered by your left hand when holding your device in landscape. It pretty much forces you to use your camera with one hand or slide your hand up to a less comfortable position. The placement for the back camera isn't too ideal to say the least, and I would like to see it in the middle or the top, kind of like how it is on every other tablet. It's there for a reason, and it just works best. Beyond the location of the camera, the qualities of images also suffer. A few things you can expect when taking images with this camera: grainy, lack of color, and missing details. Even in studio lighting, it's hard to get a good shot with either camera. In low light, the camera isn't even worth using. When taking shots outside, it's so sensitive to light, the images can become blown out with just a little bit of sun. Whether we like it or not, tablet photography is a real thing, and OEMs like Lenovo need to understand that and put a better camera on board. Now I wish I could come here and say something that makes you change your mind about the Lenovo Yoga 2 tablet, but honestly I can't. The tablet was a big disappointment no matter which way you look at it, and simple things like general UI and navigation should be fixed in 2014. However, this tablet struggles to keep up with the interface. Now when it comes to gaming, it's one of the best up there, and I'm actually impressed on how well it games, but still I can't look past the fact of the simple day-to-day things that it does not do. As always guys, my name is Kevin, the Tech Ninja. If you like this video, make sure you press thumbs up, and while you're down here, go ahead and subscribe and find out what over 1 million people enjoy every single day. And that is Android Authority, your source for all things Android. Take care guys.